All right, so we're 4 for 4 in agreements. Let's see if we can go 5 for 5. The 49ers are at the Giants. This line opened up 49ers by 6.5. It's down to 4, I guess, because of all the 49er injuries. So who do you like in this game?
Yeah, so this is actually almost directly the same as the Washington game against Detroit last year when Jeff Driscoll came in as a 4-point road favorite against, a Washington team that wasn't very good, but they weren't the worst in the world. This feels a lot like that. The 49ers are going to be starting Nick Mullens, who, he's started before and he's had some good games and he's covered before. I remember his first start ever. I think he covered a big spread against the Raiders, and I got trashed for picking wrong in that one on Twitter. But I think
everyone got that one wrong, so don't feel bad about it.
Oh yeah, no, I was laughing about it more than anything else because I'm just like, why is this happening? How is this happening? But yeah, we gotta dive into what the Giants are right now to kind of understand why they're probably the right side here. I get it. The Giants have been disappointing. They haven't looked good at times, and at times they've looked like they could be one of the worst teams in the league, and they lost Saquon Barkley. But if you look at the games, week 1, Daniel Jones had a pick near the end zone that really allowed the Steelers to pull away in what was a 3-point game. So they were in position to potentially cover, if not tie that game early in the third quarter, before that one kind of got away from them. And then in week 2, they did cover after falling 17-0 behind the Bears, and they had a chance to win at the end. So, I mean, if they can get out of the gate a little bit faster and Daniel Jones can avoid some turnovers, I think the Giants will have a chance to win this game. So I do think that they will cover. It's all about whether or not they can start quickly and how they can find success without Barkley in the lineup. But if you just look at the injury report for the 49ers, they are without 2 defensive linemen in Solomon Thomas and Nick Bosa. And then they might be without D Ford, who has a neck injury. They don't have DeForest Buckner, who they traded in the offseason. Richard Sherman is also hurt. On offense, they're without their top 2 running backs. And then they're without Deebo Samuel again. And George Kittle is likely to return, but we don't know at what percentage he'll be at this point. So the injury report is just so long, and they're stacked at multiple positions. So I think this could be a situation where the 49ers are just too banged up to stay competitive. So I like the Giants +4 in this one. I'll probably only do 1 to 2 units, as I'm not going to bet heavily on the Giants, given that they're missing Saquon Barkley, but I do like the spread for the Giants.
I love the Giants, so we're 5 for 5. In fact, this could be my pick of the month if all the Niners are out, like if D Ford is out as well, for sure. Especially if George Kittle's out too, that'll push it over the top. I'm expecting Kittle to play, but if Kittle's out, that'll be another big boost. I think sometimes you have to look at a spread and ask yourself if it makes sense. You brought up the Jeff Driscoll being favored by 4 on the road against the Redskins last year. Another example is Mason Rudolph being favored by 14.5 at home against the Dolphins last year on Monday night. Even though the Dolphins are terrible, it's Mason Rudolph shouldn't be favored by 14.5 points anywhere against anyone. This is another one. Nick Mullens he's okay. He's accurate and he's smart, but he doesn't have a good arm, and the Niners aren't going to blow anyone out with Nick Mullens, especially with all of their injuries. So why is Nick Mullens a 4-point favorite on the road against a team that's not terrible? The Giants are terrible. I think you made a good case for them. They went toe-to-toe with the Steelers, and then last week they were a play away from beating the Bears. And let's just say they throw that touchdown to Golden Tate. They're 1-1 right now. This line's not 4. This line's probably 2 or 1.5. So I think we're getting good value with the Giants, and DVOA backs that up. DVOA says this should be a pick'em. And so do I. My projected line for this game should be a pick'em. So if the 49ers are indeed missing everyone we think they're going to miss, this will be my pick of the month. So I'm definitely going to be all over the Giants.
All right, I'm doubling my unit count on that if you're that confident in it, because I feel like it's definitely the right side, because stacked injuries are something you always want to bet against. And the thing that I keep harping on in my mind is, the top 2 running backs being out for the 49ers. They have a good enough offensive line to, come back from that. And I like Jeff Wilson Jr. as a backup to Jerick McKinnon. But the Giants are actually solid against the run, or at least they should be. Their defensive front is built to stop the run. And I feel like the 49ers are going to try to rely on that early to help Nick Mullens, and I'm just not sure it's going to be there. And we don't know how many carries Jerick McKinnon can actually, handle. He only had 3 touches last week despite getting 77 yards. So I'm interested to see how that rotation shakes out. I really want to see Jeff Wilson Jr. play because every time he plays, I think he looks good.
Yeah, I do too. And the 77 yards, 55 of those came on that 3rd and 31 where he got 55 yards. The Jets are just so bad. I can't wait to talk about them.